Hello and welcome to day 11 of walking the hexatetraglyph. This is an experiment where we utilize this tool that I've created. It's basically a map of the I Ching in order to gain some self-knowledge. This is a quest of individuation where we travel for 27 days on a sacred path until we reach one of 64 destinations. Each represents a hexagram of the I Ching. Every day we utilize astrology and tarot in order to delve into questions about why we do the things we do, who we are, what's our telos, our purpose. It's soul work. So today we are on position K on the second pathway. We've completed the first pathway. We moved down, which gave us the first line of our hexagram, yin. And now we are midway through our second pathway. With that, I think we'll just go ahead and get started and draw a couple planets, of which we will decide which one we're going to work with today. Okay? Okay, so today I have the Moon and Mercury, two popular ones I seem to be drawing pretty often. Now on this pathway that we're on, left represents yin and right represents yang. Mercury's still in Leo and the Moon is in Cancer. Cancer is ruled by the Moon, so we have a lot of Moon energy here. Until something occurs to me that it's no longer time for me to work with the Moon. Maybe today will be the culmination. I have the Moon in Cancer, ruled by the Moon. We'll see, but I'm going to have to go with the Moon again. So we're putting the Moon on K on the left side of pathway 1. The Moon in Cancer. We can take a moment to come up with a journal topic that's inspired by the Moon in Cancer. Interesting, it's been raining today. It's been so dry, and today we got a lot of rain, and I really feel very emotional. I am a Cancer. I mean, I have a sun in Cancer on my birth chart, and right now Jupiter is in Cancer, Venus is in Cancer, the Moon is in Cancer, and I just so happen to be very melancholy and downright depressed. I mean, actually, I'm feeling quite a bit better now that I'm filming, but it's been a heavy day. And I really just want to keep digging into these emotions that I have, this melancholy. I want to understand what is the potential of a life like this. Someone who experiences long spells of depression and kind of the back and forth. You know, the swinging like the tide. You know, we might think this is fate if you believe in the idea of the clockwork universe. You know, you say, well, what good is astrology? That just sounds like a bunch of nonsense, right? How could stars affect us? But I look at it more like we're in a clockwork universe. There's seasons, there's cycles, there's synchronicity. Things seem to have connections. I think the connections are beyond our understanding. I don't know that I want to dive into the why so much right now. I kind of want to get a picture of what is the potential. Is there something that can be offered from a life like this? Is there something that can be learned? Like if life is my classroom and there's lessons to be learned, what do I look like if I actually get a degree? I know this is kind of abstract and metaphorical. I'm not looking for something that's completely concrete here. I just want a little poetic reassurance, maybe. Or if my life is just difficult and that's going to be the way it is, I guess I need to brace for that too. I'm not trying to say that I'm a victim or anyone should feel sorry for me, but I've been going through a bit of depression here, and when the world is on your shoulders like that, it's hard. And I'm making these videos every day, and when you're going through some depression, that actually it's challenging. It's challenging to be creative. So maybe we should also take a look today at what's the current lunar mansion. I mean, there's been such a moon theme going on here. I think I will just include that. I don't know what it is right now, but let's do that today and find out what the current lunar mansion is. I don't typically work with that, so I don't know a whole lot, but it's a good time to maybe investigate. Maybe I'll even check out a nakshatra. So I will leave that at the end of the video. Just one more thing to look at. All right, so I'm going to do a freeform draw today. It's going to be much more of a freeform video. I think that's what the moon sort of calls on me to do. I've just left the deck in the order that it was since day one. I have no idea what the next cards are that I'm going to draw. I just, the only thing I do that touches my deck is I just have been sort of trying to rearrange my desk and the camera. I'm learning how to film, how to edit. So if you notice my videos look kind of different each day, that's because I'm learning to do this. Part of my experiment here is learning how to use the hexatetraglyph, which I'm starting to come up with some little variations, maybe some advanced techniques that I'll include later. But I'm also learning how to edit videos, set up lighting, set up a camera and a microphone, speak okay on a camera. All of this is new to me, so it's a lot to learn all at once. It's a lot to learn, and then this is raw. You get to see me interpreting live, so sometimes my readings are probably a little odd, but real life, okay? Now let's just put 3 cards out and see if they tell a story. So the 9 of Swords, it's one of the most blunt and obvious cards, and once again it's completely resonant with what's going on with me right now. Okay, so the 9 of Swords is Mars and Gemini. So it's like a mental anguish, and it has to do with being it has to do with exactly what I've been discussing in the last, I don't know how many videos, 2 or 3, or at least since the devil was there. The mind turning on itself. It's definitely a shadow card. It's kind of that OCD replaying of things that bring you mental anguish. The Empress. Yesterday we worked with Venus in Cancer, and I talked about motherly love. So we have Mother Nature here. I was looking for something like that yesterday in order to give me some comfort and some reassurance in the situation that you see of the 9 of Swords. So there it is. There's your image of it right there. If we want to look at the 3rd card as kind of that outcome, maybe progression, a story unfolding here. The High Priestess, again, yesterday we worked with, we had Justice, and we had the Two of Swords. You see Justice sitting behind the two pillars, and you see the Two of Swords, the Moon, and is it Cancer? No, it's Libra. The Moon in Libra. So I see these cards are being connected. The Two in the Major Arcana, and then we have the Two of Swords and Justice. It's all working with kind of a theme. But let me try to tie that together. The High Priestess is sitting between two pillars, and Justice is sitting between two pillars. But they're different elements, right? The High Priestess, you see that water. It's a different force. Libra is yang, it's cardinal, and it's air. It's getting things moving. I would say it's more in the realm of thought in this tarot card. In Justice, it has more to do with, I would say, the practice of law and justice, which is much more philosophical. The High Priestess, what comes to my mind, is just perfect for my question. And I was trying to put this together, but I see it now. Whereas Justice, the scales kind of move back and forth with our thought process and with a dialectic, a philosophical dialectic, a conversation. The High Priestess is swayed by water, and is what comes to mind, and what I should call this is the pearl. It's the outcome is the creation of the pearl. So if the High Priestess sits between the bipolarity of kind of the lenient, forgiving side and the harsh judgment, severity, if she's sitting between the extremes, but she's tied to emotions and water, the rinsing back and forth and the controlling of the tide. I mean, it's a moon card, right? She's a moon goddess here. And you can see the water on her dress, and you can see it pouring down over the moon. So, the creation of a pearl of wisdom. Okay, let's read here a little bit about the High Priestess. The High Priestess represents all of these qualities: darkness, mystery, psychic forces, the power of the moon to stir the unconscious, passivity, and the wisdom gained from it. This card cannot be expressed in rational terms. To try to do so would be to immediately limit, narrow, and falsify it. Myth serves as metaphors for deep psychic feelings, yet the myths themselves, like the explanations given by the theologians and anthropologists, are only symbols. The High Priestess signifies inner wisdom at its deepest level. That's out of Rachel Pollack's 78 Degrees of Wisdom. So often I feel like this. I don't necessarily want to put a lot of words to the cards. I just want to let the symbols be part of my psyche for the rest of the day, and to just let them speak to me, and let these cards interact in my mind. Leave them out, look at them. I think I'll take that High Priestess card and put it under my pillow tonight and see what kind of dreams I have. That's the mood that I'm in. All right, so I'll let you go now, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Thanks for being here.